Yeah, exactly. Why wouldn't you? Right? Why wouldn't you? But the Nana is a factor. Like we saw yesterday's games, like one shot in all the Liam ward. This is interesting. Now this is interesting. This is such an aggressive S2G pick. Every hero is like fighter type of hero, and there is no heroes with like 0 damage. Everybody deals damage. I like that.
Yeah, I feel like there's a decent bit of physical damage onto S2G, and maybe relying on the Aurora and the Claude at this point. But HomeBois, I like it. They're going to Martis. They want that early game control, but then they still have that late game security for with the carry at least, right? So they know that they can match that Claude possibly. I think it's going to all come down to utilization. I think the Matilda is going to counter S2G's aggressive approach, just because anytime they try to engage with that Phantom Steed, I think that they'd be able to, you know, like passively back out. So we'll see how HomeBois responds to that. This is the second time I've seen Liam Ward come out and use well. I'm thinking I don't know if you've seen it anywhere else besides our games last night.
Wasn't so great a performance by the Liam Ward last time, but we're gonna see maybe some redemption on this hero.
Yeah, but we're gonna be getting into Group B, Stage 2 here, and then we're gonna be getting into Round 2, HomeBois versus S2G, and it is match point into HomeBois' favor here. Zorn already once again with the mind games.
Nice pressure already on the mid lane a little bit. Ooh. Maybe it gonna proc the passive from the Aurora, low HP and basic attack gonna proc it, no passive for quite a lot of time, and now it opens a window to pressure mid lane. Here Martis playing super aggressively, that's exactly what he should do, even though Liam Ward is actually level 4, so they might win for the counter attack, just like Martis level 3 yet, but no aggression yet.
Yeah, I mean, we could see that Liam Ward probably needs to secure a couple items before they get to it, and it does look like that we're seeing the R-Lot roam this time around and Ruby and the EXP, so that's interesting to see. We might see an engage here. Looks like Chibi wants to take it to the R-Lot, not able to secure it, but did force out the flicker. I like it. I like the aggression.
Yeah, that's pretty good aggression. That might give the turtle for the HomeBois and force Liam Ward kind of just farm purple buff instead of going for it. But actually nobody goes for the turtle and no buff on the Martis as well.
Yeah, I do think HomeBois is a little hesitant to take this this turtle at this point because they know the utilization of the Phantom Steed is there. I think everybody is almost online besides R-Lot at this point. We'll see a little bit of a play here in the mid, zoning out S2G, and I think it's going to be a turtle dance here.
Yeah, the turtle dance, but like, you know, they tried to make turtle not be able to come out, but still like teams doing it kinda. Oh, the retribution kinda prematurely ghost, and the turtle being slain by the Aurora's ultimate on top of the kill on the Martis. That's bad actually for the HomeBois.
Yeah, I mean that is something you don't want to let up for the side of S2G, but again, I think HomeBois last time had a little bit of a struggle in the early stage against S2G, which, I mean, picking at Martis isn't something that you want to see. That's in a little bit of trouble, but not too much. Kind of zone them at bay and keeping the minions on S2G side. They're just going to force the recall. They know they're not going to have to deal with that.
Yeah,
S2G,
that's a super good lane control by the Claude on top lane.
It is. I mean, again, I think carry struggles a little bit into the early game, but I think that's what they picked up the Martis for. They wanted to utilize that so they could, you know, have a little bit of that early game control and apply pressure. But look at Zorn just giving that vision.
Yeah, purple buff being farmed by the Leomord. He gotta use his ultimate to gain some advantage soon, pretty soon. I mean, the turtle and the assist on the Marty skill is great, but now he really want to like use his ultimate, make the kill, and maybe push some tower and or take some objectives to secure his snowball.
Yeah, we had it. Ooh, we seen a circling eagle.
Counterattack. Nice counterattack from Lunar.
That was such a great I'm offended to pull the Matilda into the tower, and that second tier tower just eradicated them. S2G 2-0 right now against HomeBois.
Yeah, and now kind of Leomord and Arlott should pressure top, carry top. I mean, it's too late already, but when minions were coming into the turret range, there was basically 3 versus 1, but whatever. And they trying to pressure her right now and force carry to go back and use her Purify and ultimate just to speed up and run away.
Yeah, that Frigid Glacier that Aurora brings to the Land of Dawn is devastating. Does look like HomeBois having a little bit of the lead here for the turtle. Zorn zoning out that Phantom Steed. We do see a little bit of pressure on a Luna, but what a final slash! But CPAT just able to take the tower and do what an export does, and HomeBois able to secure a double there.
Wow, that's a great counter. It might swipe the tempo on the side of HomeBois because they might take the turrets now. If Leomord need to help def mid, actually nobody pushing mid, like maybe a little bit of Nana, but Matilda actually didn't spot the Leomord farming blue buff, and no towers taken. Like, okay, they taken it slow.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised. I suspected they were going to definitely take that that tower there. Retri forced out by Zorn there. Might see a little bit of another engage here in mid. They're filling it out. I'm super surprised that HomeBois wasn't able to take that tower in the top lane. I think it was just, to be honest, I'm not quite sure why they didn't.
Yeah, they should, because they're not prioritizing the map control yet, and the map control goes to S2G at this point for a little bit, but nobody utilizes these opportunities. Like I said, on a top lane, they should go for the carry just with the minion waves and try to like 3 versus 1. It was a good opportunity to kill carry and not let her farm the minion wave and potentially trying to make some pressure on the turret. And it would allow them to go for the turtle freely, but like opportunity is wasted.
Yeah, I mean we're not seeing too much of a scaling by Chibi at this point, but hey, they were able to actually respond and get a turret in the bottom lane, and I think that's good, right? The HomeBois trying to clap back, and again, this is we're kind of seeing exactly what we seen last game. Even though S2G is in the lead in towers, HomeBois still able to keep that economic lead, or just equal presence here. Final slash out on a Zorn, baits that out a little early. Do see the Phantom Steed coming in on the turtle. The I'm offended onto Chibi. Can they keep him controlled? The Frigid Glacier comes down, able to secure the kill, and then Kazu able to secure the turtle, and then a double kill by S2G. A conceal play. They want that Nana.
Yeah, that's a disastrous situation from the HomeBois, because now the S2G gonna take a lot of towers and proceed with the map control on the Lord, and potentially already need to come back. 3.5k gold.
Yeah, I mean that was a huge take by S2G, being able to CC and control Chibi there. And again, I feel like you really have to scale early with Amartys, and HomeBois just I didn't see that early game presence and control that they exert like S2G. So again, HomeBois, it only takes one play for them, and they do tend to kind of, you know, flip the switch.
Yeah, that's a good timing to do that. In like 45 seconds, if they do some action kills, they might have the Lord because of it, and it's going to return the game into the almost equal tides. But For now, I was thinking about Arlott. He's doing a lot of the work for the team as a roamer. That's a good sign.
Yeah, that final slash to displace HomeBois is devastating. A circle and eagle onto the R-Lot. They're kind of just applying pressure. We do see the final slash come out, but nothing of it as well. Again, R-Lot's final slash ultimate's cooldown is just so fast that I don't think it's probably going to be back up for the next turtle take.
Yeah, 15 seconds for the Lord, and the top bush on the mid lane being taken by the HomeBois, trying to snipe some rotations on the Lord potentially, but turns out they just want the vision. And the S2G having better control on the Lord side, trying to aggro Lord right away. Trying to work on the Lord right away, and HomeBois are kind of not ready. 2 people on the top lane still running around. Potentially it's 5 versus 3. Phantom Steed being popped, trying to go for the Lord. A 50-50 smite done by the Leomord, and the fight right afterwards. Good ultimate of Arlott, knocking out 3 people. Everybody tries to just run away and survive, but it's impossible. That's a major mistake from the HomeBois here in terms of rotations and trying to counter-attack as the Martis, but eventually going to be picked up as well.
It is looking like S2G is doing exactly the same things that HomeBois did to them last game. They're just controlling it. We can kind of look at this Lord take here. I think it was just the displacement, that R-Lot right there, the final slash, able to secure it, paired with the blazing, or the blazing duet there. And then again, the Phantom Steed, it's just really hard to get away from with that speed. HomeBois is at a huge disadvantage right now.
Like Martis used his third phase of the second skill in a wrong direction. He should run away, but he attacked with it and died on top of it. But hey, Lord is being defended pretty easily by the HomeBois on the bot lane, and the mid lane Mega Minions last wave going to be farmed. If you S2G, you really want to pressure that turret. That's exactly what Claude is doing here. Need to go for extra lane, which is bot, and the S2G not understanding, not seeing this, going for the top instead. Double ballista action on the top lane. I mean, one of them are low HP. Passive proc from far away now opens a window to pressure the turret. Claude trying to do this, and wow, nice counter attack on the Aurora. Ooh. Double kill here for the HomeBois, and Martis trying to go and use his second phase of the ultimate. Not going all in. Probably he could. Maybe he didn't proc the ultimate because he didn't finish off the kill with the ult.
True, but able to take 2 on to S2G here. If they can clean up some of these towers, get rid of this mid tower, looks like HomeBois are not letting up. They want to allow the pressure, but the final slash into the mid tower. A little bit of a trouble for HomeBois, but they were able to take out the mid tower and is putting pressure onto the R-Lot. Zorn trying to get in, but HomeBois now going to have to actively pass up, or to back up as S2G is on the hunt.
Ooh. That's a close one, but Matilda uses her jump to run away from the unoffended.
Yeah, I mean, HomeBois, they took that mid tower. I like that because that allows them room to breathe. S2G won't be able to actively pass back up and, have a defensive area to go from. So kind of looking at some of the items, I think Carry's about 1 item behind the Claude at this point. Nope, just actually picked up Demon Hunter Sword, which I think that's what they might need here to go against the Phantom Steed. Oh my god,
that's the damage, the
Blitz!
Being picked out just out of nowhere. RKO out of nowhere.
That is devastating for S2G, losing their MM on a Lord fight here. This is going to be tough for them to take. We do see Lunar a little displaced. Circling Eagle, not going to be utilized just yet. The carry is doing so much damage now after picking up that Demon Hunter Sword.
But it's still not enough to kill people. It's enough to harass people and annoy, but it's not enough to one shot. But hey, it's still working, so Nana is a big factor. One shot in these targets, just one after another. Nana is a big deal already.
I think S2G is underestimating that Melina Blitz. Our lot just gets taken out by it, and then so did Claude. It was a rough go for S2G there. Now they're kind of pushed back against the wall. HomeBois, again, now into the flow of things.
Yeah, and the Lord is marching towards bot lane, probably going to cast on the turret. Bot lane is already being worked by Xborg, trying to go set up attack on the mid lane.
Yeah, the Nana is also 2-0-3, right? I mean, that's huge. It's you're gonna definitely have to watch out for those Melina Blitz, because once they come down, unless you're paying attention, you might get caught off guard.
Trying to get out Firaga out of Xborg, and pressure from the Lord on the bot tower eventually make it fall, and on the mid lane nothing absolutely happens, trying to clear the wave on top to trying to continue this siege of these tier 3 turrets. Matilda trying to even more spam more TPs to distract the opponent. Second skill jumped right into the tower range, trying to work on the turret here, but Carrie is way too far away to try to kill someone, and she does, following this small initiation, and kills Arla.
Yeah, it does seem like HomeBois might be overstaying their welcome here, as S2G's looking for some type of take, but they were able to take one. The R-Lot falling is huge for HomeBois. They're going to show that aggression into the mid turret, and we might see... No, it looks like they're going to actually act... they're going to actively back up and farm the jungle.
What I have a question, like, why don't you use your Steed and maybe Aurora's ultimate to try to defend the tier 3 turret? Like, come on, man, it's an important objective, but nobody seems to defend it or properly attack. Yeah, that's S2G. Last Lord, they went on the enemy base and did nothing. So in terms of attack and defense on the objectives, they kind of lacking experience, and we can see why there is a kind of newer to the scene. We can see the differences in the gameplay.
Oh, but what a concealed play. They're baiting out by Zorn. What? I mean, all he got out of that was the concealed play, but I think it was a good stop at whatever advantage that S2G thought they could possibly take right there.
Yeah, and the pressure from the HomeBois is going to get to the critical point after this Lord. Xborg trying to gain some vision on the enemies. Roamer, which is Arlo, trying to give more information. And Claude chunking down that Firaga armor almost fully. And the second skill with the shield, I think, actually saves the Firaga armor. Now gonna try to spin that... ultimate. No, he just loses it because of the Phantom Steed. But the good bait on the ultimate here for the Immortal.
I feel like that was a good bait, and then I think right now we can kind of see that HomeBois see that Claude's up in the top, so I don't think S2G has a way to go back in as the Phantom Steed's already been utilized. We do see Circling Eagle onto the back line. A final slash there by the R-Lot. Chibi able to secure the Lord there. Nets, not just barely, almost able to take out Kazu there. HomeBois securing another Lord. Will this be the final siege onto S2G?
Yeah, it might be potentially. Lord is marching mid lane, Xborg region in his Firaga armor on the base and trying to join this potentially final siege. Carry is split pushing the bot lane and trying to gonna join probably on the mid lane up to the top turret. Top turret is being prioritized by the HomeBois, running into the mid lane. Ooh. Insanely, I'm offended. Two people right under the crystal, and one of them is dead. Xborg trying to counter-attack with his last insanity.
Yeah, I think HomeBois initiated it a little bit too late. That I'm offended was a great secure, and now CPAP falls with Zorn. That... a little rough by HomeBois. I mean, they were able to clear up the left tower, so there's no towers left for S2G, and it's still 114 seconds to the next Lord. So as long as no one else gets picked off here, S2G, I mean, they have to figure out something here, right?
Yeah, they gotta go now with this minion wave on the mid lane, trying to catch even more kills, but the used flicker from the Nana prevented from being available option.
Yeah, the flicker dodge that I'm offended by Lunar, a huge blow. If they were able to maybe catch her, but again, Nana still has that passive, and ooh. The Melina Blitz gets utilized, wasn't able to take out the R-Lot there. That could be a good indicator for S2G to maybe engage and do something here. Bridget Glacier on the Zord getting burned down. Last Insanity not able to do much there. Kazu on the hunt.
That's exactly what you want to do if you are S2G. You really want to try to utilize these kills on the enemy. Like, for example, now Matilda is absent pretty much, and you want to try to go 5 versus 4 and make some additional kills and make this kind of like not 5 versus 5 all the time, and eventually going for the Lord and going for the finish. And the S2G are trying to make this happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think the R-Lot's staying in the mid because they're watching for that maybe anticipation of a backdoor, but Lunar a little bit too far into HomeBois' base there. You might see a little bit of a play as the Retry was utilized onto R-Lot, but able to make it out. The final slash goes wide.
Oh, the minions
are hitting S2G's base. I don't think it's going to be enough, but they're holding them back. They're going to stop them.
Yeah, gotta go back, gotta even ult on Aurora, because like these are not the children minions. These are Chad minions already.
That's about the Winions almost taking out S2G at this point. Again, I think that was a point that HomeBois needed to take advantage of, and we can kind of see that, right? They're clearing the right lane. They're going to utilize the Matilda to then have a little bit of a go here. Maybe the stack of the minions on the bottom might be able to get them, but it looks like I think they're going to send Claude to stop that right lane, which I don't know if it's a great decision.
Yeah, and the minion waves are pushing themselves on their own because there are no turrets already, and the 20 minions are really strong, and that's exactly what you should do, utilizing the advantage of having your own tier 3 inhibitors basically, and the enemy is not.
Yeah, again, HomeBois playing decently passive here. Simpat utilizing that last Insanity. We do see a suppression onto the passive procced by the Aurora, and they don't want to let up. We do see begin fall. HomeBois on the hunt. Lunar, the immortality popped. HomeBois gonna secure the double kill. The Blazing Duet utilized. Are they gonna? They're just gonna play passive. You took out two people.
This is just a potential comeback. Nobody wanna just go. Like you gotta squeeze more, guys. You gotta squeeze more. There are low HP. It's potentially 5 versus 3, and low HP. Claude is not on the base. He's actually hitting minions. You're gonna try to finish right now, actually. At least take some maybe more kills and or bait some ultimates, and that's exactly what they're doing. Ultimates use it on the Claude, all of them, and the second one on the Martis. It's going to be the end for the S2G.
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point they were just utilizing the Lord, the time of taking the Lord for extra security if things did go south. But HomeBois able to take the game against S2G 2-0. Crazy. That last Lord was a lot. That last Insanity utilized just devastated S2G.